Tuesday, January 21st edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. A lot to talk about. Let's start off with a couple of the live cameras. This is a look at Banner Elk, courtesy of ResortCams.com. Up there in the mountains right now, the temperature 34 in Banner Elk with a light east-northeast wind. And on the other side of the state, it looks like that camera failed to update. It is obviously not sunshine out there yet, but the Avalon Pier web camera showing you a temperature there of 39 degrees along the Outer Banks with a light southwest wind. Now, what a great afternoon yesterday. Very, very comfortable. Look at all the 60s we had for highs in many spots. Even Asheville at 62 and Boone at 51. But that's going to be a distant memory now as lots of cold air is flooding in. Now, this morning, these are 5:30 temperatures, and it's chilly, but really nothing that bad about it, about what you would expect on a mid-January morning. But changes are coming. Let's take a look at the radar off to the northwest of us. A lot of snow really blossoming nicely through parts of West Virginia and Ohio, back into Indiana and Illinois. That's being driven by an upper-level disturbance. It's going to wind up moving overhead here as we get into late this afternoon and this evening. And it has actually shifted a little bit further south than some of the guidance over the past couple of model cycles, and that plays a role in our forecast. Here's another perspective of the satellite and the radar, and you can, again, really notice that precipitation blossoming nicely early this morning upstream. The clouds beginning to fill in. I think a lot of cloud cover through much of the region today, and eventually the precipitation will break out. So here's what it looks like. You notice as you get into mid to late afternoon, maybe a few rain showers out in the Piedmont, and then we have that possibility of a few snow showers. And that is going to be the case as this disturbance moves on through. So there goes the low pressure. That low pressure really strengthening as the upper level energy gets involved. And then there's your little chance of some quick hitting snow this evening and into tonight. Best chances of that being north and east of Charlotte, but including places like the Triad and the Triangle regions, even maybe over some snowflakes in the Outer Banks before all is said and done. And then really, really frigid air takes over. Check out Futurecast and what it's doing with its precipitation amounts in terms of snowfall, and this is going to be one of those deals where there'll probably be a small band of enhanced snowfall rates, and in that area you might get an inch or two of snow, and that could be really anywhere across the Piedmont. You see Futurecast kind of keying on that area between Raleigh and Rocky Mount, but again, that could be anywhere. Looking at the NAM data here, I pulled that data up on the Buffkit this morning, and the 16 NAM for Greensboro printed out 23 hundredths of an inch of snow. And so, in liquid equivalent, so that'd be, taking at face value, a couple inches of snow. So that, again, that band can wind up anywhere, and so for that reason, there is a winter weather advisory in effect for much of the region, all those purple shaded counties, including the Triad and the Triangle, even on down toward Fayetteville and Rockingham and Wadesboro included in that winter weather advisory for late this afternoon and this evening. And then the cold air comes. Check out the temperatures on Futurecast early tomorrow morning. It's going to be a struggle to get out of the 20s in many Piedmont spots tomorrow afternoon. Wind chill values tomorrow morning are going to be brutal. A lot of us in the single digits. Look at those mountain wind chill values down into the teens, below zero, and not a whole lot of warming through the day tomorrow as those wind chills will stay quite low. Good news for the ski industry, a lot of great powder conditions and more powder on the slopes in coming days due to some natural snow and plenty of snowmaking temperatures. Now, all right, on to the more detailed modeling. This is the European upper air chart, valid this afternoon. Pretty good vortex moving on in, and as I mentioned a second ago, it's kind of trended a little farther southward in a couple of the more recent model cycles. Another disturbance heading in for Thursday night and Friday morning, but it looks like that one's going to take an orientation that is more unfavorable for precipitation than the one we're currently seeing. And so remember, yesterday on the video I showed you the big snowstorm the Canadian model was printing out. Today it has fallen in line with the GFS and the European model and just has a lot of cold and dry air in here right on into the weekend. Two more things to show you. This is what the NAM output looked like from the 6Z run, and this is valid this afternoon. You can see that footprint of some decent precipitation rates through parts of the Piedmont. You go 3 hours later, that shifts over toward the coast. So that's going to be the area we're watching for some minor snow accumulations late this afternoon and this evening. All right, that is it for today. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.